Psalm 89 verse 34, in James Version. It says, "My covenants will I not break, nor utter anything that is gone out of my lips." Our God is a covenant-keeping God. And from time immemorial, there's no record where God has broken any of the covenants he made with man right from creation. Remember, it takes two to make a covenant. And covenant is an agreement between two or more parties. And every party has its own condition to fulfill if that covenant must stand. And then God and man has made an agreement where God has promised all the things he was willing to do in the life of man and for man, with a condition or conditions attached to his promises. Now, who must be recipients of these promised blessings, that is the covenant that God has made with man? We must be willing to keep to the conditions, must be willing to obey his divine laid down instructions. And that is where the problem is. You see, sometimes we get into a lot of problems, a lot of troubles, and we begin to blame God. We begin to say a lot of things. We begin to complain, we murmur. We say a lot of things that are out of point. But to forget that at one point or the other, we have broken the law. We have gone contrary. We have failed him. We only look at the part where the promises of God never comes into fulfillment in our lives. But we have never taken a little time out to look at the point where we have broken the law, at the point where we have failed God, at the point where we have disobeyed him. We have not taken time out to actually look inward, to find traces of the places where we have failed and disobeyed God, that have made the covenant to fail in our lives. He said he was willing to keep to his part of the covenant, and he is still willing to keep to the part of his own covenant, if only we will keep to our own part of the covenant also. Our God is a righteous God. He cannot change, he cannot lie. So if the promises of God are not fulfilled in our lives, it is either we are going through a trying moment to test our allegiance to God, or it is either we have broken the law of God. So if we must enjoy the full package of God's covenant blessings, then we must be willing to keep to the conditions attached to these blessings. So how willing are you to keep to your side of the covenant? How willing are you to walk by divine blueprint? How willing are you to follow his step-by-step instructions? And that is why we need to ask constantly for his grace to carry us through. Because the devil knows that if you keep to your own part of the covenant, then there is abundant blessings attached. And that is why he keeps on fighting day and night to make sure you fail God, you disobey him, you despise his law and his commandment. And when that covenant is not fulfilled in your lives, he begins to make you see reasons why you shouldn't walk in the path of righteousness. He makes you to see the reasons why you should murmur and complain against God. We need to constantly ask for the grace of God to carry us through this Christian race, to enjoy full packaged blessings here on earth, and at the end, gain eternal life. He's a covenant-keeping God. Keep to your own part of the covenant and enjoy his full blessings.